most of us, we just do the bare minimum.
Yeah.
I wear food, I pray 5 times a day, I go to the masjid a couple times out the week. That's the bare minimum. The bare minimum. And because we come from the society we come from, and we practice Islam the way majority of us practice it, it's like, oh man, you know, deen, man. And like for those of us like who know ourselves, or we know, like we've been around people, or we've been to different places, we be like, you put me in this life, I just want the bare minimum, man. Like this is literally the bare minimum.
No, I understand what you're saying. We talking about new Shahadas.
Yeah,
right? So this sister,
Shahada,
hear me out. Technically, she is a new Shahada. Cause, all right, so if you take Shahada 4 years ago, 3 years ago, right?
it's not a new Shahada.
No, bruh, hear me out. If nobody ever teach you nothing, you a new Shahada.
Yeah, in that sense, yeah.
You a new Shahada.
You still don't know.
You don't
Yeah,
know.
new Shahada.
Now, here's the thing. And I'm not saying she don't pray. I wouldn't know if the person pray or don't pray. But I give you an example, right? So, it's a girl I used to mess with back in the day, right? Took Shahada last year. Called me one day. She was struggling with a whole bunch of stuff. Wanted to become a Muslim. Cool. So, I give her Shahada. She Muslim now. Now, I explained to her. I said, hey, there's things you gotta learn. And I'm gonna help you. However, I can't make her do it, right? So, of course, I tell her, like, look, don't go asking a bunch of people. I tell all the new shahadas do the same thing. Don't go asking every time, Dick and Harry, how to make wudu, how to pray. You're going to get confused because people are going to tell you this and going to tell you something different and all that, right? She says, okay, but sure enough, we don't speak for a little bit. I can't make you talk to me. I call her, but, you know, next thing you know, she comes back months later, come back around Ramadan. All right, yeah, I'm confused. I'm burnt out. Because she's been talking to everybody. And then here's the other thing. It's a bunch of niggas trying to holler at her. As soon as they find out you Muslim, oh yeah, sis, I want to go over this book. You know what I mean? Let me teach you how to rap your Kimar. I'm gonna do this. They start telling her stuff, and she getting confused. And then after a few months, then she come back, and she like, yo, man, I need some help. I say, hey, man, I told you don't do that, right? So my point is, should you know? Yeah, but people.
Let me ask you a question.
What?
4 years. I'm not saying that you got to know the rulings of hadith, what makes a hadith sahih. I'm not saying you got to know fiqh in and out. We talking about, but once again, it may be because I'm seasoned, but we talking the bare minimum. Like, yo, I gotta cover correctly, whether I'm a male Muslim or a female Muslim.
No, you right.
I have to pray 5 times a day. Like, that's the bare minimum.
All right, I'm gonna challenge you, and I'm not saying you wrong, because you're not wrong. However, right, there's a lot of seasoned Muslims that don't know the bare minimum, the difference between what's bare minimum and what's Sunnah, right? So, for instance, and you just brought it up. Now, I'm not talking about you particularly, but here's what happens. Someone will learn, okay, I want to learn how to pray. I want to learn how to fast. I want to learn how to make wudu. Cool, they learn that. And then they go and spend a whole bunch of time talking about how to cover, how to do this. Now, here's the thing. The bare minimum, what's fard, as far as covering is concerned, they wouldn't know the difference between what's fard and what's sunnah. And then they sit around and argue about that stuff. Those be all the conversations that come back to us. All the questions that come back to us and stuff that we see.
Part of the reason why we argue about it is because the difference between us and the Sahaba, see, we look at the Sunnah and say, it's just Sunnah, I don't have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
The companions and the Prophet, well, of course the Prophet did because it was his Sunnah, but the companions looked at it like, that's Sunnah, we gonna do it.
Yeah.
We look at it like, that's just Sunnah, man.
No, but you're absolutely right. However,
like they would pray the Sunnah prayers. I pray Maghrib. I ain't gotta pray the 2 after my mouth.
No, but
you right. You only gotta pray the obligatory. But that's what I'm saying. We do the bare minimum and be like.
But hear me out. I'm not saying you're wrong, because you're absolutely right. The difference between us and the Sahaba, the difference between us and those pious people or the friends of Allah, just better people than us, is taqwa. That has to be developed. That's not something that you're going to get on your own. Like, that comes from you actually have to have literally like a personal trainer to walk you through that. That's tasawwuf. You know what I mean?
I agree, but also it's the time we're in.
It is a time we're in.
As the Salaf, they used to say, in our time, it's hard to memorize, but it's easy for us to implement. In the later times, memorization will become easier, but implementation will become harder.
Absolutely.
Why? Look at who they was around. Just like when the man came to Ali ibn Abi Talib, and he said, during the time of Abu Bakr and Umar and Uthman, they got things done. And during your time, ain't nothing getting done. Mm-hmm. Ali said, during their time, they had men like me. And during my time, I got men like you.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? So, it's like if me and Lance walking down the street, and a girl walk past, and I turn and look, and he say, Tucky left, fear Allah. Mm-hmm. That's a good companion.
Absolutely.
Most of us, oh, nigga, mind your business. Worry about yourself.
Look, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm going to tell you what happened. I'm going to give you a story. Real story happened the other day, right? So, all right, you follow me on Facebook, right? So, when the girl the other day, the senator that was twerking, right? Lord. No, real shit, right? Now, here's the thing. I shared it, right?
Vote for Senator Matt.
Yeah. Now, look, when I shared it, I shared the video, but I shared the video with the actual article because it was a funny. And so what I said was, what do y'all think about that? I just want people's opinions, right? Now, of course, a bunch of crackers came in there and saying a bunch of racist shit, right? But my intention for sharing the article wasn't like, yo, this chick is thick as hell, check her body out. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't checking all that. I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. I actually don't think she should have done that at all. However, I don't be judging people. You know what I'm saying? I understand why you did it. Anyway, so the next morning I get up, I'm checking my inbox, right? So I get an inbox for somebody I don't even know. I don't know this person. And assalamu alaikum. Yeah, fear Allah, bro. You should remove that video of that sister that was naked and fear Allah, right? So I'm like, so my first question was like, I returned the salams. I said, bro, do you know me? Right? And I wasn't trying to be smart. It was like, I don't know who you are, right? So he says, aren't you Muslim? So I said, bro, are you the police? Like, because I don't know if, I don't know. And I wasn't trying to be smart, but it's like, I don't know if this is spam or if you're someone who, so then I don't know nothing, right? Yeah, I don't know if it's a bot or not. So I click on the profile, then I see that me and him are friends. You know how you got friends sometimes, y'all don't never talk? Yeah, I've never talked to this person. I just accepted the friend request, I guess. So then when I went back, I swear to God, I'm typing. I appreciate the reminder, bro. The intent wasn't what you think, but I understand. I was going to literally put on there, I'm not removing the video because it's an article. Maybe I will take it down and just put the article. Bro, I couldn't even finish the fucking sentence. I put the sentence and then he said, may Allah guide you. And I went to go click send on my message. I couldn't send it because the nigga blocked me. And bro, I cussed that nigga out in the air in my room. I'm like, bitch. Yo, I was so mad. Because I was actually like, bro, I appreciate the advice.
My only issue with people like that on social media is you post sports clips, post your kids' events, you post benefits. They never like a comment. But the first time you do something and it's like it goes against representing Islam, or it might not go against it, but it's like it could get taken out of context. It's like, yo, where did you come from? And you don't want to come off like that because it's like, damn, you did give me the reminder, and the reminder benefit the believer. So I don't want to come off like forget the reminder, because that's not how I'm coming off. It's just like, where was you at 100? Where was you at 100 posts ago when I posted this ayat, this hadith? I gave marriage advice. I was talking about helping out in the community. You ain't like nothing, comment or nothing. But it make it sit and go back to like how people be like, yo, what you the haram police?
Exactly.
Even though, like, nah, I'm just trying to get a reminder, but it's like, you never compliment when the people do good.
Yeah, that's why I'm about to say, if he would have phrased it like, listen, CJ, I usually like your stuff and I'll follow you on Facebook, but maybe you should change that a little bit. That probably would have been.
Yeah, like, yo, you got influence or inspiration. I see a lot of people like your stuff, but
I am an inspiration, ain't I?
We all are inspiration to somebody.
That shit was funny, bro. I was like, I was mad as hell because I wanted to fight after that because I'm like, fuck this nigga think he is, man. But I don't know. That shit happens. That shit happens all the time, man. And I don't be wanting to like I ain't one of them people that like I don't make like people like, oh, you making excuses, but I ain't trying to. I'm not saying it's okay to do the bare minimum. I'm just saying there's some people that can only do the bare minimum, and they probably can't get to that. And so it's like if you don't take people and walk them to the extra, they ain't gonna know.
Doing the bare minimum. There's nothing wrong with it.
So
like the man that came to the person, somebody said, it's the things in Islam become too numerous for me to do all of them. Can you give me something that if I do it, I'll get in the Jannah? The person, some said, pray 5 times, offer your 5 daily prayers. If you do that, you'll make it in the Jannah.
Yeah.
I mean, as the scholars say, they say, you might not can do everything that Allah and His Messenger ordered you to do, but you can stay away from everything they forbid us to stay away from.
Yeah.
He said, the Prophet said that to one of his companions that he sent to Yemen because he was going to be going down to Yemen to get da'wah to the Christians at that time.
Talking about Mu'adh bin Jabal.
Yeah, and he told him that know that you will not be able to do everything you're commanded to do, but come as close as you can. That's what he told him. Because he was going to a people that was relatively new to Islam and they was more seasoned. So it's like, are you going to really enforce everything on a person that's going to break them and be like, you know what, man?
Even those of us who was born Muslim, or we've been Muslim 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years, we know everything in the Sunnah. I mean, no doubt the reminder benefits the believer, but the one thing that we forget, and I'm not saying that it's not in the foreign Muslim community that's in America, but at least amongst my people, the one thing we forget is that the Prophet says, the one who exceeds you in manners has exceeded you in your religion. We got bad manners.
Yeah.
Sometimes it ain't about what you said might have been correct. Allah said this, His Messenger said this, the Sahaba understood it like this. But it's how you deliver the message.
That's what I was gonna say.
Like how we say at work or in school, man, it ain't what you said, it's how you said it. That's why the person got aggressive or reacted how they reacted. I mean, sometimes the message be correct. It be people's delivery.
Yeah,
you are.
Yeah,
people's
it was a
delivery.
scenario like that with Hassan ibn Ali, and I don't know if you're familiar with it, where he didn't know, they was watching the older person and he wasn't performing his wudu. So they said, can you check my wudu and make sure that my wudu is correct? So them knowing that they the grandson of the Prophet said something, they watched him and he said, no, your wudu is fine. My wudu was messed up. So he showed them, I mean, he corrected the elder by showing him through his demonstration of it. So like you said, sometimes it's not, it was just, look man, you messing up like that.
Like our delivery be off. Like our delivery be way off.
That kind of pushes people away sometimes.
Who's going
And we gonna have to answer for that. You chase this person from the religion,
You know what they say when you say
you
that?
chase this person from the masjid, or you chase this person from this particular area, they went to another area,
Yeah.
the people will eat. Like, you want the answer for
You
that.
know what people say when you say that? Yeah, that's qadarullah. Like, they just wasn't meant to. And he's like, are you serious, man? Khairun nas. Like, you're going to be a witness for humankind.
Alhamdulillah, we know that it's the qadr of Allah,
Right.
but we also got free will.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't have my behavior. I didn't have to act that way, whether it was verbally or with my actions, to chase that person away.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me ask you this then, right? We should definitely be implementing more of the Sunnah, right? What do you think the Prophet ﷺ would have did if he showed up to that woman's house with McDonald's, where he had brought? Seriously, I'm just asking. If it was not McDonald's, not McDonald's, but what if it was like you showed up with the food? You think it would have fed those other dudes' children?
I'm gonna say that's a bad example because we don't know the full story.
We don't.
That might have been all that man could have afforded.
I doubt it.
We don't see. You don't know.
No, I'm just saying I doubt. I didn't say I don't know. You're right.
Even to cast doubt, you don't know his financial circumstances.
No, you're right. I'm not saying what's right or wrong. I'm just saying. All right, I'm asking you. Would you?
What do I think the Prophet would have done in that situation?
What would you do?
Me?
Yeah.
Me personally, how my dad raised me. Yo, man, it's 4 kids in the house.
Yeah.
I get it. You only got one kid by it. Whether your kid, the oldest, youngest, middle child, your son called or your daughter called, Dad, I need something to eat. I'm hungry. Whatever. Yo, is your brothers and sisters at the crib with you?
Right.
Yeah. All right. Ask them what they want. Now, if y'all all can't agree on pizza or tacos or McDonald's, look, I'm going to just get something that I know all y'all eat, and y'all break it down. That's just me.
Yeah, that's what I would have done.
Now, personally, do I think the guy was wrong? No, I don't think he was wrong. I think she was wrong. It was way too much entitlement. We ain't together no more. Yeah, when we was together, and some men are like this. We was together, I take care of my kid, plus the kids you got by other men. We break up. My only responsibility is my child. It's no longer
even though
because we ain't in a relationship.
No, but look, hold up. But even though it was a fake story, right? She did throw this in there. Now, in the case of niggas still hitting it.
No, that don't mean.
No, listen, hold on.
Y'all made a decision as 2 adults to continue to have sex. That has nothing to do with me taking care of my kid.
What you think, Kiva?
I feel the same way.
So now, my point.
Because in that video, you ain't blast your other baby dads for not coming through bringing.
No. Here's my point. Well, and this is the point I made before. It's not about entitlement or obligation. It's about character. To me, I say, if I'm having sex with a woman on a regular, right? And even if I got a kid,
I hope you're not.
No, I'm not. But if I got a kid by the girl and she's got other children on there, I'm not obligated to them children. The same way I've been married to women and they've had children. I'm not obligated to them. However, it's kind of bad character to me if I don't bring something for them, or not even that I bring something, just have enough respect for them children to say, you know what, I'm gonna take my son out for a little bit. Right. You know what I mean? Away. Because and to be honest with you, this used to happen. Hold on. Let me tell you this, right? This used to happen with me, right? When I was married to my first wife, right? And I had 2 children. She had 2 children, right? Now, my 2 children weren't by, their mom is a Muslim, right? We're trying to co-parent and we're trying to raise a family together. We're trying to do this little blended family thing. My family is a Muslim. Her family is. Now, my family, they still want to go on and do things for the kids, which they entitled to. But little things like my grandmother might bring food over for my children and not even acknowledge the other kids. I had to step to my grandmother before and say, listen, Nana, that's what you want to do. You gotta take them away. Don't do that in front of them. Don't bring the Christmas gifts over here. And even though none of us celebrate Christmas, but you bringing Christmas gifts for my kids and not my stepchildren. And that's my point. And not that my grandmother had ill intentions, but her thing is like, they're not my kids. They're not my grandkids. Like,
but she's right in that sense.
No, the point is, no, you're not obligated to anyone. The point is, it's just not good manners.
Yeah, usually,
like to bring a bunch of gifts and they're kids, they're all kids.
Usually though, when somebody if the lady called him and said, listen, your son hungry, he's like, well,
that's not what happened though. That wasn't the scenario. So what happened, if the boy's talking, even though it was a fake story, but the way it was presented was, the son spoke to his father, can you get me X, Y, and Z?
By him knowing there's other children there, usually somebody like, is everybody else?
Yeah, like, as a father, he should have said, yo, is your brothers and sisters at the crib?
Usually,
but at the same time, my child called and said they was hungry.
No, you're right. That's right.
That's why I agree with you. You don't know this scenario because what if they ate and she was being spiteful and didn't feed him? Like, call your daddy.
But
that's not what happened.
That ain't what happened. I think the prophet would have done.
I'm not saying
the prophet would have fed all. He would have fed
exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's my point.
But even to your point, go back to implementing the Sunnah.
Mm-hmm.
A plate for one is a plate for two. A plate for two is a plate for three.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
But we don't implement the Sunnah. Know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if they Muslim or not, so they might not even know what the Sunnah is. But for us, we got guidelines that regulate our life.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right.
Know what I'm saying? But even to say, like, he should have.
Mm-hmm.
Now it becomes according to who? Society.
No, you're right. You're right.
Everybody not raised the same. My raised by a man. Yeah. Yo, you do for yours and yours only.
Yeah.
You're not responsible.
No.
Because even in Islam, if you marry a woman with children, the right to them children go to who?
The father.
Right. Yeah. So even in Islam, like, I can't put my obligation. If Lance was to take on another wife and she had children, or if I marry a woman with children, and their father is still alive. Like, he work, he out here. He can't put his responsibility on me. Like, yo, man, little Muhammad needs some sneaks.
No, don't you?
Get yourself some sneaks.
No, you're absolutely right. My point about all of it was, it's not about obligation. It's not even about, like, I don't even say what should happen and shouldn't. I'm just saying, like, if I see something like that happen, or in whatever case, and I think like, yo, that's not really, that's not what I would have did. I don't think that's the right thing to do. Then my point is, I'm judging you, and I'm gonna make my own decision on whether or not I'm gonna do business with you.
So I agree with you and Lynn.
Yeah,
it's an unwritten rule.
Yeah,
yo, it's other kids in the crib or it's elders in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, man, I know that. So when you call, yo, are the other people there with you? Are your other brothers and sisters with you? Is your grandma in the house with you? Yo, ask them what they want to eat if they ain't.
No, but look, this is the point I'm making, right? So we get anytime, and it's not just this topic. It's this topic. It's the dowry conversation. All those, do you go 50-50 on the bills? All the stuff we usually talk about, right? Now, everybody got their perspective. And then when the brothers come on and they talk, they sound bitter, right? And I understand why, because you go through this shit with women and they drag it out, right? But then when the women that you would potentially want to be marrying or whatever, they're looking at you respond the way you responded, right? And they see the comments and they going to judge. And now that's when they start saying this shit like, yeah, y'all niggas is bums. Y'all niggas is broke, right? Now, is it right to say that? No. But do I understand why they doing it? Yeah, that's why they coming like that. Now, what I don't respect about the women is they'll see a nigga making a bunch of brokey ass comments, right? And they'll still marry the nigga. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then later complain. So I'll be like, yo, that's on you. You wrong. But my point is,
once they get divorced, they go into like a rampage thing.
Yeah, they be bitter and stuff. I'm just saying, my thing is, I don't really take a side on anything. It's just like, yo, man, why don't you take a look at it this way, and then take a look at it that way, and then you make a better decision on what would be better for your character. It's not just about how much money you got in your pocket, or you know what I mean.
Even with that, like one of the elders told me, like if we being honest with ourselves in the Muslim community, if we being honest. Like, yo, as a man, you got to foot everything in order to get married. It's a lot of brothers that shouldn't be married.
You're right.
I'm going to go on a limb. The number might be high. At least 80 to 90% of the brothers in America should not be married. When you talking about, I got to pay the mortgage or the rent by myself, gas bill, water bill, electric bill, car for the family, provide for all the children. I gotta do all this, provide for my wife, buy her food, clothes, etc. Like when you, like a lot of brothers really shouldn't be married, because there's a lot of brothers that'll tell you, nah, my wife helped me financially. And you'll have sisters, oh, she's stupid. Nah, that's what worked for them. That's why they've been married for 20 years. If that's not what worked for you, like helping a man financially because you feel as though, whether that's your belief because of society or your family or even the religion, you entitled to how you feel. But don't say she's stupid because she helped. But they've been married for 20 years and you on your 400.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? So, like, I tell people, yo, just do what work best for you. If you're 50-50, 60-40, 70, whatever it is, if that's what work for you,
I agree.
Do you. But, like my dad also tell me, not providing financially, that comes with a responsibility that a lot of women really can't handle. And some women are honest enough to tell you, be like, nah, I'd much rather help you with this mortgage or this electric bill, put food in the house, because I'm not going to cook every day.
Now.
I'm not sitting with these kids all day. Like, nah, they going to have to go to grandma's house. We're going to have to pay for daycare. I can't be your typical housewife. So everybody got to be honest with themselves and know themselves. Because a lot of women, they want the knight in shining armor to come through and, I got you, baby. Don't worry about nothing. I'm paying for all the trips. You gonna be Gucci down, Louis down. That come with a responsibility that a lot of you women who want that really can't handle.
Yeah. And not only that, most men, I don't think it's right, but most men feel like, all right, once I did all this shit for you, you better do this. You better act like this. You better behave like that. And chicks don't be wanting that.
There's no doubt. Your wife ain't your slave. She not your
slave.
I
agree.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm just saying that's how. Exactly. Niggas don't be. They don't be on that, man.
That's not being realistic, man. Come on now.
Yes, it is. I'm not, and I don't say I don't agree with that, but I'm saying you got to understand men.
I'm paying all the bills. I expect this lady to just be.
No, I'm not saying I'm saying some men think like that, bruh. Most dudes I know, they feel like, yo, like, remember Big Pun song, the last song video he had, and he said, I pay for them things. I get your own, you heard? That's how they feel. Like, yo, I paid for that. Like, I bought that purse. I'm feeding her. You better do what I asked you to do. You know what I mean?
When you get married, people forget I'm coming from one walk of life. You coming from another walk of life, right? I got my own place. You got your own place. The Sunnah is what? That the woman moves in with the man. A lot of women will tell you, especially if they got children. I understand if you got children. I ain't moving in with you because it's sad to say, and y'all could probably speak on it better being that y'all been married for 50 years. But you see a lot of people, our marriage fell before it started because we always go into the marriage. What if it don't work out? So I'm not moving in with him because if it don't work out, he ain't putting me out. Me and my kids ain't going back to my mom's house. And the brother, you got an apartment, but she might own our house. She might be 10 years into a mortgage on our house, so it don't make sense for me to move into your apartment so you, as a man, you might have to put your ego to the side and say, all right, I'm going to move in.
I'm never.
But you might keep your spot. But
I would definitely keep my
you
spot.
might keep your spot, but you might just stay at her place.
I would never. I would never
But,
show up to a woman's house with a bag and that's all I got. I can't do it.
But like it goes back to we say Quran and Sunnah.
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of us, we only implement the Sunnah when it's beneficial for me.
Mm-hmm.
When it ain't beneficial for me, nah, I'm gonna leave that off. Or I ain't gonna. You know what I mean?
Look.
Or it becomes it's only Sunnah. And that's the part of the Sunnah that's not obligation for me to follow, so I ain't gonna follow. Like, nah, it can't be like that. And you especially see it a lot of times in marriages. Oh, that's just Sunnah. Yeah, but when it came to your rights, it wasn't just Sunnah. It was
as a fly.
like, yo, you gotta do it. If you don't do it, you know what I mean? And once again, y'all can speak to it better, but the one thing, at least from my own experience with seeing brothers come in the masjid or just hearing stories from the elders, the man is always told be patient. The woman is always given the out. They'll divorce you.
You know what I don't like? I'm glad you mentioned that, right? I don't like how they don't, nobody respects the man's right to choose, right? Meaning like...
I seen somebody post this.
Like,
I think it was Sean Corbin who posted on Facebook earlier.
Posted that?
Like,
I don't even know him.
He said women can have, like, I don't like him because he too skinny.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody be like, all right, you don't.
Yeah.
If you say you don't like her because she a little too much on the heavy side.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you talking about your mom? Like, nah, I'm talking about my mom.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, all right. So me and mine had this is months ago. We had an argument. It turned into an argument, right? So we on vacation one day, right? And this always happens where she'll be scrolling on Facebook or something, and if somebody else's business ends up our argument, because we gotta have a hypothetical argument, right? But she's asking me, we having a dowry conversation about how come the men don't want to step up and marry these sisters, and they should pay, the $5,000. It should at least be $5,000. It should be this. And I said, well, how come we don't get the right to choose? Like, you know what I mean? It's less of us, way more of y'all. And if I'm a guy and I have a decision to make, I'm gonna marry the woman that suits my situation. Oh, that's not what the Prophet said. Prophet said married older women. Yeah, but that's also a choice. Nobody has to do that. You know what I'm saying? So she said to me, she plays this hypothetical thing, right? And she says to me, well, if you were gonna marry a woman, would you marry your young sister? She's a nice woman, whatever her stat was, or whatever. And if it required you to finance her whole life, would you do that? And I said no. And she said, well, why not? Why wouldn't you step up? It's your responsibility to, you're obligated to take care of a woman like that. I said, I also have the choice on whether or not I want a woman like that.
Yeah, right.
Now I'm saying, and I said, my choice, if I see the price tag is too high, I don't want it. I said, it's no different than a car or a house. If it costs too much, it's going to be too much headache. I don't want that. I have the right to choose. And then she said, oh, that's what the problem is. And I said, no. And so my point, got good brothers like my brother here, right? Smart young man, got a lot going for himself. And he chooses not to be right or wrong. And I don't like when people be trying to shame.
People doing stuff at you like this.
Not just him personally, but brothers like him. Him, Keith, how many young brothers that's good dudes and they not married or they're waiting or they're being selective about who they marry.
Yeah, I know.
Right? And then the women in the community, they be shaming them. Oh, he won't step up. No, I don't gotta step up. You understand what I'm saying?
Or even
some of
me and Keith 32. So it's like when y'all gonna have kids.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the people I talk to, they be like, man, I ain't marrying that sister.
No, but the point he making, he don't have children yet, right? So
why should I be obligated to marry a sister who got? Why can't I choose to pick a sister who don't have children and start our own family?
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
So he not entitled to that. He's supposed to just marry these women.
He's supposed to step up.
Man, get the
He's supposed look real. He 32 years old. He's supposed to step up and marry a 50-year-old woman that got 3 kids. because she need help in the community.
Or you marry your sister.
I wouldn't even recommend that to him.
Or you marry your sister who don't want to have no more children, and now you stuck.
But no, but now here's my point, right? Now let's say you get married, right? You marry woman your age, she don't have children, and then y'all have some children, right? And then later, let's say 8 years go by, you 40 now, right? And then there is this other sister, nice older sister, maybe she 48, right? She got a couple kids, the kids are grown, but she don't have no husband, her husband passed away, she went through something, and then she's interested in you. You're interested in her, and you say, okay, you know, she needs a husband, I'll marry her. You better not, nigga. You get, you see what I'm saying? It's only the right to choose when it benefits them. That's my point. That's my point. Like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, only when it benefits you. It's when if the dowry amount swings in your favor, then alhamdulillah. If it don't, oh man, y'all niggas don't want to step up. Y'all devalue the women. Nah, y'all did that. Y'all put the price tag. Exactly. Exactly.
It's a brother out there who willing
to
pay your price tag.
There's no brother that's willing to pay that price tag.
No, I'm saying everybody got a price. Like I might look at a sister and say, all right,
listen,
she live in a 6-bedroom, she drive a Mercedes, she on a different island every other month. I know financially I can't maintain that. I'm not even going. Nah,
that's just being realistic, right? Us, African Americans, on average, the African American man makes between at least $28,000 to $35,000.
No, I don't agree with that number. I'm sorry.
Man.
I don't.
It's a lot of people.
If you're talking about Atlantic, every time you say that, I don't know where you get your stats from.
In Atlantic City.
You can say Atlantic City.
I say for our area.
That's not common in the whole states.
All right. So
I think you're getting numbers from like 1998 or something.
Say our area.
Huh?
So what's the chances with that? You going what?
What?
She want all these other expectations. He gonna meet that? And then he
basically what he's saying is if we being realistic, right? Some of us might make 5-10 grand more than the joker that's sitting next to me over there. She might make 10-15 grand more than the sister over there. But if we being realistic, we all kind of like in the same tax bracket. The different, what he basically saying is, you got these champagne dreams, but you also got a bare salary.
You're right.
But you're
right.
I'm not saying because the woman has a bare salary that she don't deserve a man or can't find a man that got a champagne size. I'm not saying that, but like be more realistic.
I agree.
You make 50 grand a year, I make 50 grand a year. This is the lifestyle we both can afford individually, and if we come together, this is the lifestyle we both can afford. Like,
if you kick in,
right? Like, because a lot of us we fool because it's like, damn, she got a Louis bag. She broke just like you broke. Damn, man. They broke, got a Gucci belt, got some Gucci sneaks. He broke just like you broke.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they don't respect the man's right to choose.
Yeah,
like, my personal choice, I made this decision. I'm not marrying women that don't make 6 figures. That's my choice, right? And I'm not paying the bills. We're paying separately and together, right? We invest together. That's my choice. I don't even consider nothing, right?
No, you pay all of this.
No, I pay. No. I don't care about what you're supposed to. I'm talking about what works for me. That's my choice. The same way if he chose, like, he made, no.
I was working for y'all.
That's what I'm saying. That's what works for me. Now, here's the...
Before you even get married, when y'all sitting down, this is the stuff that you got to talk about.
Hold on. That's my point. I don't even sit down.
But I understand why he feel how he feel. Me and my dad had this conversation, and my dad said, like, why is it like you live by yourself, she live by herself. She paid all her bills on her own, and I get it.
That's the best way. It's the best way, man.
I get it. Some women have been indoctrinated, whether it was yo, this is what I seen growing up. Whether it be they adopted the ideology from accepting Islam, and Islam teaches you that the man is to provide, the woman don't have to do nothing, or whether she adopted it from society.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad said, you was paying 100% of your bills.
Before you met me.
He was paying 100% of his bills. Now y'all come together, y'all decide to move into something together, and if he say, yo, financially, I can maintain 80% of this, I need you to kick up 20. I ain't putting up nothing. You still saving 80% of your money because you was just paying $2,400 a month rent. I'm telling you, yo, our monthly bills is $3,000. I can foot $2,700 of this a month. I just need you to put up $300. You only want to put up $300 out, but you was just footing $2,400 a month with no problem. It goes back to like, it's no teamwork, it's no union. People get married, but we still have the mentality of it's me.
Yeah, because you know why? People go into situations thinking, what's in it for me? Now here's the reality, right? This is why, like, I was trying to tell her sister one day, and she's asked, she said, well, when you marry a man, he's supposed to take care of you. He should do this. I said, all right, and what does he get in return? He gets some buns, right? Well, here's how most men think. I can get buns without doing that. I don't have to pay for buns. See what I'm saying? That's how niggas think. Like, and especially nowadays. Now, is it haram? Absolutely. But what a lot of dudes say is, yo, I don't want to go through all that headache. So, like, yo, we could just date. I just tag it and don't even be bothered with all that. Or, my suggestion is, yo, man, just meet somewhere in the middle. What works best, like you said, what works best for both of y'all? You don't have to move in together. You don't have to take care of each other's bills. You don't have to even mix your finances. I remember my grandfather, right? My grandfather, after him and my grandmother divorced, and they were married for like forever, right? And then they got divorced. He remarried his next wife, and he told me, he said, yo, I never knew what kind of money she had. I never knew nothing. He said, we didn't mix any of that. None of the stuff I went through with your grandmother that I go through with her. He said, we would meet at the table each month and we decided what we had, what would go to what. It wasn't 50-50. It was just like, yo, I had bills I pay. She had bills. He said, we sit down. I'd come with mine. She'd come with hers. He never found out how much money she actually had till she died. She passed away, and we ain't even talking about life insurance. He got life insurance, but come to find out, she had heavy investments. And he was like, yo, I never knew. And I said, how come you never asked? He said, well, she would invite me, but I just felt like that's her money. I want her to do her own thing. But she left all the money for him. Now, I thought that was dope because they figured out something as older people that worked for them, and it worked. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But like nowadays with these people, not just the women, the men too, they look at it like it's some kind of status symbol. And they think, all right, once I'm married, this is what I get, or this is what I deserve. Like it's a what's in it for me type thing. You know what I mean?
I got a question.
That's that what you bring to the table stuff.
Yeah.
Because we know that Islam governs our life. Is it
what?
Is it haram for the woman to help out financially?
No. It's not haram.
No.
It's not?
It's not.
No.
I'm in agreement.
Okay.
So once again, why can't we just do whatever is going to work
You're
best
right.
for us?
That's it. Yo, wherever you got going on in your marriage.
If for this Islam, it works best for us that I pay for everything financially, cool. If for Muhammad and his wife, he foot 70, she foot 30, cool.
That's what I was going to say is that, listen, man.
But for a sister to say, oh, she's stupid, I could never.
Like, listen, wherever they got going on in marriage, it's none of your business. That's one of the things, right? That's none of y'all business. Unless she voluntarily tell you something like that, you shouldn't be asking questions like that.
That's what happens. Voluntarily tell, and then it be, oh, sis, you stupid, because I could never.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why Muhammad and his wife been together for 30 years, raised their children, and I'm not saying finance is the only reason, but we see the statistics. They say most marriages, I don't know if they included Muslims in this or not, but they say most marriages in America, they don't even end because of infidelity or that we don't really like each other. It's over finances. So if it's over finances, why is it I make 80 grand a year at my job, you make 80 grand a year at your job? Why can't we just come together and say, this is the type of lifestyle we can afford if we come together? Because if it's only based on my money, now you're going to say, I can't maintain your lifestyle. When that's not the case. I mean, it's not the case.
You're right.
Because my light bill was only $100 before you moved in. Now it's $225 because there's more people using electricity. You know what I mean? The food bill was only $200-300. But you came with your 2 kids and they eat a joke out of house in the home. You know what I mean? And I don't have nothing against food stamps or Section 8, but this is just from me personally just seeing, and you sit back and you watch. I'm not saying all the women. I'm not even going to say majority of the women, but some of the women, whether they Muslim or not, with all these demands, you see them, it's like, you be in the food, you be at ShopRite, Walmart, oh, you pulled out an EBT card. See, I got to use the credit card or the debit card. As Meek Mill says, levels to this.
The credit card's wrong. They're going to say that.
What? Credit card is haram?
That's what they're going to say.
Oh, don't say that.
Yeah, they're going to say that next. Fear Lord.
We live in America.
Make sure they inbox at this.
They probably inbox you. We live in America, man. Where you going to escape rebad?
You're right.
I'm not saying that you can't. So I'm not gonna say that
you can.
But
all right.
9 times out of 10, you can't go to college.
Yeah.
You got a car, unless you pay for your car outright.
Even insurance. That's a requirement in this country.
But look, right? Look, I'm gonna show you this, right? Somebody
medical bills, everything.
So look. The other day when I made that post about the McDonald's thing, and I was like, look, it ain't important what happened, like, about McDonald's stock, right? And a brother commented on it. He was like, are you serious, Sock? You really telling people to buy stock? And I'm like, absolutely, right? People be thinking that that's haram, right? And
no, it's not that they think it's haram. You know the mindset a lot of Muslims have? In order to be righteous, you gotta be poor.
You gotta be poor, yeah.
That's crazy.
It's not true. But they confuse the percentages that you make on money from the stock market with riba. They think it's not riba. And I tell them, I say, yes.
That's another thing. And this is my guy. We don't talk. We don't see each other as much as we used to because we older enough. But Kelsey, prime example. Everybody say he's spoiled. Everybody, your mom and dad do this for you and they do that for you. Why is it white kids, their parents can do it? Pakistani kids, their parents can provide a lifestyle for them where it's like, even though you're an adult, yo, man, don't worry about it. We got you.
That's how it's supposed to be,
but when it come to black kids,
get out.
Damn, you 32 and your mom just brought you a car. Oh, man, you spoiled. You ain't real. Yo, like, why we gotta struggle?
Exactly. I agree.
Like, your son 21. Ideally, you still live at home with your mom and dad? Oh, man.
Why wouldn't you?
Like, why in our community we got this mentality like everybody got to struggle?
Bro, I got a friend of mine, right? I think I introduced you to him, the Chinese kid I cut, the Asian kid. Bro, he your age. He's 32. Yeah, 32, 33. He live at home with his parents. That dude, he got no kids. He make well over 6 figures a year. He work from home. He don't pay no bills, bro. And I'm just jealous of him. I couldn't hate on him at all. I said, bro, like, you got the life. His dad, do big business in China. So they make money. Their thing is, yo, man, we going to get you to the point where, like, he's stacked up. Like, he rolling heavy in the market. And then once his dad moved away, Now, all right, it's on you, bro. You gotta pay some bills. But they helped him, like put him in a position to do so, and that's what we don't do.
Like this Jewish kid I work with, because you know the perception is all Jews got money, which is false.
Yeah.
But I said, yo, like how as a community y'all got individually you might not, but as a community y'all definitely got paper.
Yeah.
I said like as a community, like how y'all get like that. He said, man, it's easy. He said in the synagogue they take life insurance out on everybody.
Yep.
Everybody gonna die.
Yep.
Muslim, Christian, Jew, black, white, rich, poor, live in the suburbs.
So they members, they take life insurance.
That's how you do it.
So now at this Salam die, right? Janazah $5,000. We got life insurance policy for $100. $5 gonna pay the Janazah, so we ain't gotta hold no fish fries. We ain't gotta do no cash yet. We got $95,000 back. We gonna kick 50 to your family, and 45 gonna go to.
Bruh, like life insurance is the fastest way to generational wealth, and that's not the only way. Of course, you know real estate, stocks. You know what I mean? But life insurance, that's it. But you know why we don't be having it? Because we don't be thinking about the next. Bruh, just this morning.
What he just said.
Look. Yeah, they'll that well, black Muslims would say that, but it's not just the Muslims. It's also I was in here. I cut a guy, my first client this morning. He older than me, he probably 48 or so, right? Retired cop, good dude. So he saw my iPad up. You know, I be having the market running all day. I be watching my trades, right? So he was like, "Oh, you in the stock market?" Huh? I said, "Yeah." He was like, "Man, I'm scared of that." And I said, "Why?" He was like, "Nah, you know, because it's too volatile, it'll be up and down." So I showed him on the chart. I said, "Bro, I'll show you the whole last 10 years, bro. What direction is going in?" He's like, "Up." I said, "Nigga, that's all you need to know. Like, you put your money in there, you just let it roll." And he was like, "Yeah, but you know, you think I'll get enough?" And I said, "Bro, it's not for you. You got to think about your grandchildren. You know what I'm saying? You put that money up, that money's for them, and not even for them to spend. It's for them to take it and pass on to their grandchildren."
When did Walt Disney die?
Man, that was a long time.
Yeah.
That joker's family don't want or need for
nothing. Yeah. Nothing.
Waltons.
Yeah.
They dad gone. It's 5 of them. That's in the top 10 of the richest people in America. They split it 5 amongst all these siblings. It's 5 of them. Because they dad did something. They hold.
And they kept it up.
The Rockefellers. Because I made it this J.P. Morgan. Because I made a decision. Yo, my family don't want to. Even when people, okay, the stock market is haram. All right. I agree with you, hypothetically. Cool.
I don't, but go ahead.
No, this is
I know what you mean. Hypothetically.
I agree with you.
I ain't even going there, but go ahead.
You put money into your pension at your job?
Yeah.
Stock market. You got a 401k, 403b with your job that you put money into for retirement? Stock market.
You put money in the bank. They take your money and buy stocks.
You got a checking account or a savings account at the bank?
Yeah.
They taking your money. Your money ain't even in there.
Yeah.
And anybody who got some, I use me as an example. I went to Bank of America one day. Yo, I need to take out 20 grand. You sure? What you mean am I sure? I always heard people say, yo, the bank don't have no money.
They don't got no money.
Ain't no money in the bank. Yo, I need to take out 20 grand, man. I'm gonna go get my manager for you. Yo, you sure? Yes, it's my money. Like, I need my bread. You can't just write a check because they don't have physical cash. They take your money and they put it in the market. Because them just sitting it there, it's a liability. They ain't making them no money. That's how the bank make money. You got health insurance from your job, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Aetna, stock market.
Everything. Bruh, yo, real talk. If you was looking at financial companies, most like the financial statements of most companies, right? Take a company like IBM, right? You know the company, right? You know the company?
Yeah.
What you think their business is?
IBM is computer software, right?
Computer software. So where you think they make the majority of money at?
I don't know, trading or something.
Trading, bro. It ain't even in computer software. If you look on their financial statements, you'll see. Yeah, you know
So would they just invest in random things?
Bro, they invest in other companies.
Oh, okay.
They take the money that they earn and they also invest it.
If you look on IBM spreadsheet, you said it's a computer company, so who would be a competitor?
Apple.
They got money in Apple stock.
They own mad Apple stock, bro.
They got money in Microsoft stock.
They put money in their competitors.
Yeah, because they make it
Because
Mm-hmm.
when you look at the tech field and you say, all right, who the top 5? You think Apple, Microsoft, Google. You don't even think IBM. But they a multi-billion-dollar company.
Mm-hmm.
But how they make money on the back end, damn, y'all doing stuff better than us that we can't replicate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm investing in y'all.
They're gonna trade, man.
It's just like if, like, you got an idea, I got the money. I'm gonna back your idea. I just want 10%.
Share.
Yeah, I just want 10% of whatever you want to make every year. Just give me 10%.
And that's exactly why, like when I be telling the imams when we talk to them, like, yo, man, like, we got to get out of that thinking. Yo, if you look at the churches, right? You look at Second Baptist Church, they own mad property around here, right? Because they invest together. They got an investment club. They pull their money together. They ain't sitting there talking about whether or not is forbidden or haram or nothing. And I'm not saying that we should get engaged in haram activities. I'm not saying that. But one, you got to know the rules of the religion. That's the first thing. And then secondly, it ain't just pooling your money together. Like, it ain't like, because we always talk about, oh yeah, we're going to pull the money together. We're going to save money. We're going to build a masjid. You got to invest. No, but no, it got to stop being an excuse. You know what I'm saying? Because now,
But
yo, we in the time, we got information.
But listen to what you just said. I be saying, I see the imam, he's the leader.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Whatever masjid you go to, the imam and administration, they're considered the leaders. So if you go to them and they like, nah, what you gonna do?
No, so my point.
We gonna go through our own.
Yes, because you know why?
But even to your point, like that's one of the things. And I know what, like, this community, they get a bad rap, but they do a lot of good. Germantown Masjid, they buying up everything on that block,
as they should.
opening. You get a business. You get a business. Any houses in that area, because there's brothers in the community who do construction and carpentry work. They buying them up, renovating them. You get a crib. You get a crib.
That's good.
Pay the rent. The rent go to the masjid. But we own it. So now market rate 15, 16, 1700 in certain areas. We don't gotta beat you in the head and charge you that much. We can charge you 800, 1,000.
Yeah.
You still be in the masjid. You don't gotta work overtime just to pay rent.
That's how it should be.
Like
That's what I'm saying.
Like wherever your community is at, jokers need to get together. Yo, pull our money together.
He say that all the time.
But my point, to answer your question, we got to stop looking. Remember when we had the thing here, right? And Jimmy and Corey was here, and we was talking about having that Messiah complex, right? We don't have, like, we always look for one. That's what happened, because then white folks kill our Messiah. They killed Malcolm. They killed Martin. They killed Black Panther. Like, so you're looking for one person to lead us into the promising. Nah, it's a community effort. You don't need one person. You need a group. So what happens? My point was, and that's why I was trying to do this investors club, is, yo, if we have like-minded individuals that meet on a regular basis, and we're learning how to invest with each other, we're learning how to, not just one investing, but like me and Abdul talk, right? Sometimes he might share trades. Yo, man, what you looking at? We like-minded. So now he may come up with something I wasn't even thinking about. Now, all right, cool. We both got money separately. Now it's nothing when you say, all right, you know what? Let's look at some property. I know who to call. I know he got money. So if I come to him with a real solid offer, yo, man, this is a good situation you might want to get involved in, right? He might actually come, all right, you know what, I'm going to do it. Now, if you get 3 or 4 more people together, that's like, remember when we was talking last week, you was talking about how Muti and them got that little emergency fund? Yeah. It's the same thing. It's just putting the money to better use. Instead of it sitting under a mattress, yo, the money's actually invested and it's transparent. You know what I'm saying?
I just said, man, it's gonna be. They like, I don't know why people are so staunch on that. Man, it's haram. I ain't doing
no, but bro, what I'm telling you is that's that old way of thinking. The newer generations, they don't think like that.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? And if you think like in the past, right? Even with your community back in the day, right? That's part Messiah complex. Good effort, but it's like, all right, cool. We're gonna get this land. We build the land. We got the Muslims come move on the land. All right, great. But if everybody ain't involved in it, now everything falls apart because once you take the head person out, it fall apart. Because everybody wasn't involved in it. You might have a president and a secretary and a vice president, but if look, it'd be different if all 4 of us here, right? We don't gotta go buy land and just give houses to everybody. We just all agree we're gonna invest money together and we're gonna all move in the same neighborhood. So where your house is, now he come and buy a house on the same block or down the street, and I buy one in that same community. Now before you know it, we took over community. Now that's why you think the English Creek ShopRite got halal meat in there now? Yeah. Because all them Pakistanis and they built a masjid across the street.
Yeah, they cater.
they have to cater to them. You go out to Summers Point, ShopRite, it's mad kosher food out there. Yeah. Because it's Jews out there. It's a presence. But see, the thing is, there is no black presence. But I give you this. You go to Philly, you go to 52nd Street ShopRite, it's mad Muslims. You'll find halal meat in there. You'll find everything halal. You can buy shea butter in that fucking ShopRite. Shea butter, incense, all that stuff. Now, I don't buy that stuff in there because the Muslims right outside. I'd rather give my money to them. But my point is, when there's a presence, then them companies have to cater to you. Yeah. And that's my point all the way around. Like, yo, if you have your money invested, you actually have what they call a seat at the table, then you can make change. But yo, we do it the other way.
I give you an example. Like I got Apple stock.
Mm-hmm.
So like every quarter, I get an email about a meeting. Like I gotta say so as a shareholder.
Absolutely.
Nah, man, I don't think that's a good idea.
Yep.
Yo, you think Tim Cook deserves this $10 million bonus?
Yeah, you get to vote.
No, I don't. Nah.
Yeah.
He already making $50 million. What we giving him a 10? Nah, I don't think his idea was that good. Nah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and even when you look at Apple, like I be voting no on a lot of stuff when I look at it. Yo, y'all made $10 billion last year, but y'all made 8 of that between October and December.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Apple's, they brilliant, they geniuses.
For Christmas,
every year we gonna drop a new iPad, new MacBook, new iPhone in October. So when everybody going holiday shopping.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with, and Apple's a brand. Like, I'm a tech guy. That's what my degree is.
Mm-hmm.
Android's a way better phone.
Way better.
Like when you talk about technology, everything, they're way better. Apple just got a better brand. Just think about it.
Mm.
Somebody text you. Oh man, your joint popped up green. Everybody,
yeah.
You get a group text. One person got an Android, sent a video, that joint this big.
Mm-hmm. It's compatibility.
Apple got a better brand. They brand work, so there's nothing wrong with my phone. But when they drop a new one in October, what I'm gonna do? What most people gonna do? They gonna they gonna go get the new one. There's nothing wrong with the iPad.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna get your kid the new one. They got a brand. It's like Nike. There's nothing wrong with none of the sneaks in my closet. Yeah, because it's a new pair of Air Maxes and Jordans dropping, I'm gonna go buy. It's a brand.
Boy, Apple.
Mm-hmm. Yo, I ain't gonna front, man. Apple got me to switch back. Cause I was Android heavy for a minute. Cause I like technology too. Now, but when Apple makes stuff just easier to use, you know what I'm saying?
They make it for people who are technology illiterate. Their interface is just.
bro. It's just, and
like
it's compatibility.
Books,
yeah, like books for dummies.
yeah, it's like it's
Yeah,
so
stuff
easy.
works, man. And bro, it be little simple things, right? Like, so what happened? I always had both. I had Apple and Android, right? But my main phone was Android, and then until I wanted a watch, so I bought the Android watch. I bought every Android watch that they make. All them shits is trash, right? So finally, I said, you know what? I'm gonna get an Apple Watch. I got an Apple Watch, but I wasn't using Apple as my main phone, so I had to switch my SIM cards. And once I started using the watch, got me back in there, right? And everything's easy use. You know what I'm saying? So like they know that. That's what they call a moat, right? So once you get in Apple, how do you describe the moat thing? Like the you know, like a castle got the little alligator moat to protect it. That's how they suck you in, where you say, all right.
So like a business mode.
Yeah, business mode.
I cornered the market. Nobody can do this the way that we do.
Yeah.
Like when you look at Qualcomm, that's why Apple just had to renew their contract with them.
Mm-hmm.
Apple wanted to start making their own chips, but they couldn't make them as efficient.
It's Qualcomm.
Qualcomm. So Qualcomm like, yo, we cornered the market. Nobody make chips like we do. So you gotta come to us.
Yeah,
like, the sad thing, like I've been investing since like 14, but I've been heavy since like 18. We all come from the streets. Some of us into that life deeper than others. We got family members, friends who was real. When you look at business, they're doing just like the streets.
It's the same thing. Yeah.
I got the best dope on the block. That's my mode. Everybody come to me. Which in turn, what other dope dealers want to do in the community. Now we gotta go to him. We gotta go to him.
One got the best product.
You know what I mean? My product ain't that good. We used to call it cutthroat. I'm gonna stand 2 blocks up and catch them coming before they get to you. Nah, man, I got the same stuff he got. They ain't gonna check. They just gonna buy it.
And that's the same thing that these businesses do. So what they do, they say, all right, well, Apple coming out with their iPhone, or we gonna drop the new Samsung phone a month before that. We're gonna that's what they do. Now, but mind you, the product might even be better. But here's the problem. Here's how the moat work. So once you get an Apple system, it's hard to get out of it because they got iMessage, they got iCloud, they got the notes to sync up. You got a MacBook, you got an iPad. Everything's connected. So now, what even a person is say, all right, I see that new S22 she got. Joint shiny is nice. I want it, but it's going to take too much for me to switch over from there to there. Forget it.
Yeah,
that's the moat.
Because I typed the paper on my MacBook. I didn't send it to my email. I didn't save it on a hard drive. I'm at school now. Damn. Ding. It's on my phone.
Yep.
I just take my phone charger, plug it into the computer, pull my paper up, and print it. You can't do that with other devices.
Yeah, now only the closest thing to that with Android is if you run Google. So if you in a Google system, all the stuff links up. But, bruh, like
The
just
system is harder to.
it's harder to
to like that. If you just sit it in somebody's lap and say run it, the average person will be like, yo, I don't know what I'm doing. Or they'll do the very basic stuff. And then you'll be doing something, be like, yo, how you do all that extra stuff? You go like, really, if you don't know till you really gotta play with it. Apple just make everything easy. It's just a click of a button, boom.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
But when I would do a video, I use the Android.
I can call you on the iPad.
Yep.
Text messages from your phone pop up on your iPad.
It all connect. Yeah.
Show up on your watch. You can talk on. I mean, people be at work. I can't take my phone on the floor. All right, you ain't gonna stop me from texting.
And look, but here's the next part of the puzzle, right? Apple coming out with health insurance, like not health insurance, healthcare.
Right.
Healthcare. They coming out with a car. They coming out with health care. So they running the whole. Yeah, they corner everything, bro. And that's why I own the stock. I buy that stock religiously, bro, because Yo, that watch on your
The
arm.
government is gonna wind up doing to Apple what they did to Jeff Bezos.
Mm-hmm. They gonna make them break up.
I'm gonna own something. Like no matter what facet of your life you want, you like going to. That's why I went to buy MC. Like going to the movie, y'all gonna spend money with me.
Mm-hmm. Like
y'all like doing that? Y'all want to spend money with me? Joe wanted to buy a car brand. I think he was trying to buy Ford or something.
Mm-hmm.
And nah, bro, you can't corner the market like that. Like what they call monopolize.
Monopolize,
You
yeah.
can't do it. But like, yo, these businesses, they going out of business.
Yeah, but look, you gonna be able to be sitting somewhere like your phone, your watch now can pick up if you having a regular heartbeat, right?
Yeah.
But they're gonna be able to take your blood pressure. That like imagine everything because it's on your arm, so they're gonna be able to just like you check in with your doctor. Like they're trying to find ways to make health care affordable to everyone, right? So your doctor can just check all your stats right from your watch. Mm-hmm. You do everything over Zoom. So like when you watch a company and they start acquiring other companies, that's you know what I mean? Like they buying companies that you like, yo, what they got to do with what they doing? You know what I'm saying? But the reality is they're trying to expand business. You know what I'm saying? Bro, they coming out with their own car, bro. They literally come out with an electric car. They're coming out with just Apple.
Right.
But then you all these companies are connected like that. Like if you look like you saw Elon Musk was trying to buy Twitter, right? Or you know he got the deal that didn't go through yet, right? And then people say, well, all right, what he want with Twitter? All right, the same thing
That's his marketing tool.
That'll be his marketing tool. The same way Amazon own what's that? The Washington Post they own, right? Yeah. Amazon own you see Disney own ABC. Every big company own a media company. You know what I'm saying? All these joints, yo, bro. When you really break it down, you sit down and watch this. It's only like 5-6 companies that own everything in the world, bro. Because all the parent companies all go back to the same families. So then now take it back to what we was talking about. The Muslims is sitting there. Yeah, the Muslims we sitting around talking about what's haram. Oh, that's haram. Nah, bro, you gotta play ball in this. That's just a reality. You might not want to, but yo, we want to have pious people, but the reality is somebody gotta have money. Abu Bakr had money, man.
You know what I mean? You just gave.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at Philly, right, and you say, it's women walking through the hospital who are at work, fully garbed and in the car. It's because we got a presence.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So many of us, you either not gonna hire us and you're not gonna be able to run your business,
mm-hmm.
or you gonna capitulate and say, yo, that's their religion, how they dress,
yep.
do they thing. And you look at our area, so many women say, I'm gonna come out for the job, that now when the next woman come, it's like, hold up, we got 10 Muslim women here, none of them dress like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's exactly what happens.
Make it hard.
Yep.
So now when you look at the shop right there, damn, they built the masjid across the street. There's more and more Muslims moving out.
Mm-hmm.
They coming in the store, yo, y'all don't got no halal chicken, no halal ground turkey, ground beef, nah. And they see, oh, you just not gonna buy the regular chicken? I'll be out.
Yeah, we got you.
Oh, we losing money. We gonna put it in the store now. So now,
and that.
so if interest is haram, riba is haram. We all agree. If more Muslims don't go to school for accounting and start working in these banks and telling them, yo, I know 10 people who will come buy a crib, but they ain't gonna buy it because the interest, like they that staunch on it. But they know another 10 Muslims who banks will start altering, or even if they don't alter it for everybody, they'll say, you know what? We gotta have a certain segment of mortgages set aside
for the Muslims. Absolutely right,
you gotta infiltrate these spaces. It's just like a Muslim barber.
Yep.
He owns his own barbershop. He might say, I'm not cutting your beard. I ain't even Muslim. Yeah, but I ain't cutting your beard. But in order for him to graduate from barber school and get a certificate and get certified by the state, he probably had to learn how to shave a beard. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you're going to have to go against the grain in order to complete something so you can make a change.
Bro, this is here. How you not get it? It's like it's everywhere, man.
The thing is, if as long as it's I ain't gonna say it's nothing wrong, but you have to understand there's certain things that you won't have to make adjustments to. But you can affect change if you have a presence. The thing is, we don't ever have no presence. We just fall back and be consumers. We become
police
yeah.
They don't gotta cut their beards no more. All the Muslim brothers said, nah, man, we taking a stand.
Yeah, we could do our job with the beard.
You gonna find 30 cops.
Yeah.
One of the most crime-ridden cities in America.
Yeah.
And they can't even get no cops to want to be cops there.
Want to work there?
Yeah.
But it come, yo, we gotta take a stand. You probably seen it at work. I know I've seen it. Everybody huddle up. Yeah, man, we need to take a stand. And then it's time to go in the manager office, director office. Only Muslim standing there. It's
Yeah, that happened to me.
it's like, yo, like you work with 20 other jokers. Why you the only one here? Yo, what happened? Man, I do my job. Man. They're not gonna fire you. You gotta let them know. Yo, I don't have a problem working on Friday, but as a Muslim man, I got an obligation to attend Salatul Jummah. I'ma go and I'ma come back. Or you can schedule me off, or I'll come in after Jummah. But like, you can't be afraid to take a stand. You know what I mean? In 2020, they don't want no lawsuit. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. You gotta go pray. Go ahead, man. Like last week, my job. Yo, man, you don't gotta come to work Friday and Saturday. I ain't even I'm like, what y'all mean? I got. They like, yo, they eat next week. I'm like, I forgot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They like, yeah, like my doctor, the first of Dhul Hijjah was this day. I know it's they be on.
They know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm busy, like, oh man, like my director come up, yo man, I'm gonna take over. I know you gotta go pray.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, just come back. Like, they respect Islam, especially when you respect it.
Exactly.
And I'm not saying that we don't, but when you
We don't.
afraid to show, yo, I'm Muslim, man.
We don't.
The same way them Christians ain't afraid to show that they Christian, and the Jews ain't afraid to show that they Jews. You can't hide your Islam in the workplace, and then it'd be like, yeah, I've been working with him for 10 years. I never knew he was Muslim.
Bruh. Let me tell you, I married this sister back in the day, right? And
my manager told one of the Muslims at my job that, you know what he said that? Look, right, because I was going to, you remember I told you yesterday that what I said to him. So one of my coworkers came behind me and was like, you know, I need to leave for Jummah too. And that's exactly what Johnny said.
They never knew.
Yeah, he said that. He said, "Look, man, you need to change your religion."
That's what I'm saying. Look. I was married to this sister, and
he was there before me. I came there with the.
But see, because you wasn't afraid,
and
it's like, hold on, you let him leave to go to Juma and come back. Oh man, I need to leave. You've been here for 15 years. You should have been the one that established this for all the Muslims who came after you. What?
And that man told him, he said, you need to change your religion. I was like, dang, bro.
Look, I used to kick it with this girl back in the day, right? And she wasn't Muslim, right? But her kid's father was. So when I met her, you know, we getting to know each other, we talking. Of course, she becomes interested in Islam. And her main reason, she said, yo, I never saw my kid's father pray. Ever. She said, like, I'll be around you, you pray, you fast, teach me more about it. I taught her, she became Muslim. She became Muslim, children became Muslim. But simple, like, what he's saying is true. Is yo, people not only don't know, but they don't want to show people what they know. You know what I'm saying? It's the best dawah. It's good character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just something, and it wasn't like I met her and I'm like, yo, man, in order to be with me, you gotta be. Nah, we talking, getting to know each other. We just friends. She see me every time I'm around her. I stop. Yo, I gotta go pray. I'll be right back. And then she, well, what you be doing? Like, I gotta pray. Why you wash up and all that before? Then that's how the conversation starts. And that it's the same way.
She said, putting water in your nose. What's going on?
No. No, and not only did she never, like, you know how many sisters marry brothers or not marry, or they have children by brothers, and because I remember the other ex of mine, right? You know what I'm talking about too. She said, man, you know, I never, yeah, I do, right? But she said, you know, the brother, he came and he named my son this long, elaborate, and I never know what it meant. Like, you know what I mean? Like we had a kid together. He came to the hospital, named him, and we never seen him again. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, well, and I said, yo, this is what the name means. This is what his name means, and this is, you know, this is why he probably named him that, and the whole nine. But she's like, yo, he never taught us nothing about Islam. You know, never taught him, never came picked him up, never took him to the masjid, nothing. And I mean, that's the bad taste that people be getting in their mouth. And the same way, like you say, like he was giving an example with the job, like yo, man, I don't see you pray, so how would I know to give you the time off? You know what I mean?
That's how I direct it.
Mm-hmm.
Or like you walk past people, you can clearly see he Muslim. I'm Muslim, but you can't tell from my, like, I don't got prostration mark, no beard, no foot. But you know he Muslim. We work together.
You don't speak.
I walk past him every day and don't give him the salam.
Yeah, that's real.
You know what I mean? And then one day you do stop, like, you Muslim? It's like, bruh, you can see Islam on me from head to toe. Like, oh, assalamu alaikum. Time out. Wait a minute. Flag on the play. Before I grind you up, did you just take Shahada? Nah, Islam go back in my family generation. Yo, we work together every day. The Prophet said the thing that will bring some softness to the heart is spreading the salam. You don't give me the salam?
Yeah.
It's you can clearly see he Muslim. How you dress, and I'm not here to get into, yo, you supposed to dress like this, like that, but looking at you, nobody know you Muslim.
Nobody would know, yeah.
But you can see all of us as Muslim and stuff. Assalamu alaikum. How y'all doing? You just walk past us. Hey guys, how you doing? Good morning. Like, yo, what we doing?
Yeah.
It's like that.
They do. Jokers named Muhammad. My name Mo. You know what I mean? You call me Mo. You're like, nah, bro. You name Muhammad, man.
Yeah. You be proud of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you get Mo from Muhammad?
Yeah. Bro, I know a bunch of them, bro.
I can see Mo.
I know a bunch of them. Nah, my name Mo, man.
Call me Mo for sure.
Bro, look, I know a brother. I ain't gonna say who he is, but they call him Billy, right? Named Billy. I never knew his name was Bilal. I found out, and he a pastor. I said, damn. He said, nah, his family was Muslim. They was pro-black, but he, you know, he didn't want to be affiliated with that. People call him Billy. I said, damn, bro. Like,
I don't even want to say his name. Bilal.
Yep. Call him Billy, man.
That's a lot of women say that when they get into arguments with the husband, though. What you say? They're like, he don't even pray. That come out first.
Come out first.
That's the first thing that come out. Like, you don't even pray. Talking about you Muslim. You don't pray. Like,
crazy, bro.
that's embarrassing, man. It really is.
The women and the children put you on blast the quickest.
The children, yeah, they really get you.
I can't tell you how many times I was in public or on the masjid. You'd be like, yo, man, why you singing this song? Well, my mom be playing this joint in the house all the time. Well, my dad playing in the car. Be like, yo, chill, man. Don't put your parents on blast. Like, but kids is innocent. They want to, yo, that's where I be getting it from. You know what I mean? So, like, a lot of times when you see, you know what I mean? Like, how, like, you post your kids and other people post their kids and be like, yo, man, my daughter memorized this hadith or my son memorized this verse. It'd be like, alhamdulillah. Because you see so many videos. I hope don't nobody get offended. But, like, Muslim or even if you're not just black children, we post videos of our children acting like buffoons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they ain't doing nothing productive. And we find it funny. Like, it's a form of entertainment for us. But it's like, when you look at how other people view us, it's like, nah, y'all bugging. Like, I wouldn't even posted that joint of my child as my child. Even if I recorded it.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I ain't gonna post it for
Yeah.
the world to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's no shame. That's what the Prophet ﷺ said. If you have no shame, do as you please. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. Ain't gonna hold y'all up all night, man.
All right.
Appreciate you, Abdus.
Yeah. That's always a pleasure.
Yeah,
to see you.
finally. Nigga stood us up like 3 times. Once again, Kiba don't talk.
You gotta ask her a question.
I asked her. She
That's not even
supposed to chime in.
It's from Allah. Anything that I said that was incorrect is for my own shortcomings in the shaitan.
That's how the cookbar stuff.
Yeah.
Where's the cookbar?
Oh, he giving a khutbah next week.
No, I'm
and
not. No,
Master
I'm not.
Rahman, he is.
Don't you believe that?
Make sure you come through.
The khutbah?
He giving a
Don't
khutbah, man.
believe that.
Amin talked him into it.
I'll be sure giving a khutbah.
No, what happened? He made a post afterwards saying, "Should I do the khutbah?" Now you have to do it,
No, I don't.
bruh. Everybody comment on it and said you should, right?
No, bro.
So what was the point of asking him?
Alhamdulillah.
What was the point of asking him?
I'm not doing it.
No, but you get my point. Keep it like why ask? And they tell you yeah. Now you saying no, I ain't gonna do it.
Nope.
You being a diva. You a diva. I'm not a diva. That's you, man. Wasn't no point in asking him.
Moise gonna do it.
Huh?
Moise will do it.
He don't want to do it.
Yes, he do.
Then good, and then y'all can take turns doing it like y'all used to do.
Man, I'll do the little dodge.
Yeah,
I ain't doing the cook.
it's the same thing. Do it. It's no big deal. Well, oh, you know what? Now I understand because you used to reading the cookbook, right?
That's why I would do it.
So just do it.
No,
It's a big
I'm
deal.
Yeah, people got good memory. Mine ain't like that.
Bro, all you and me get up there and do the cookbook every week and don't have no notes, no nothing. You don't need no memory. Just get up there. You know how to open. You know how to do the middle. You know how to close. All in the middle, you just, hey man, all y'all need to fear Allah, man. You know what I'm saying? All y'all fear Allah, be good, fast. You know what I mean? That's the khutbah. No, real talk. I can do the khutbah because I know how to talk to people. You know how to talk. It's not, you don't got to give a big dissertation. You just get up there, say some inspiring words, close it. That's it. Yo, man. Fear Allah, man.
Yo, man, I need to fast.
Yeah.
Alright.
I can't no salat.
Nah, you know how to dress it up. You know what I mean, you make it nice, man. You say some words that the people want to hear.
That's the thing.
Talk about some current events. You know what I mean?
You gotta make it relative. Like
Yeah, you make it relative. That's it. You talk about some current events, yo, man.
He couldn't get what she was saying for crap.
Yeah, bro, that was crazy.
I know, you was like, both of us, I was like, oh, God.
Yeah, but no, it's funny. After he stopped trying to attack and he listened, he understood.
Yeah.
But that, yo, I can't wait. I'm gonna put that video. I want him to see himself.
I can't wait for you either.
Because when he see himself, and me was in here last night, and so, you know, Damisha little cousin to come here. All right, so she was in here. They was talking, and we always trying to tell
He was
him.
getting upset with us.
Oh yeah.
He was like, don't worry about them two back there.
So we always trying to tell him things to do, but he hard headed. He don't listen he eventually will listen, but he don't listen from the onset, right? So we trying to tell him like, yo, bro, young people don't come to the masjid because you're not saying nothing relative, right? Yes, we are. Yeah. He sit there battle us for 40 minutes. And then until I'm like, yo, ask her. She'll tell you.
She was like, I don't know.
And so her point was, she said, listen, I don't know anything. So when she took Shahada, right, she went to a Salafi masjid in Philly. They gave her Shahada, but of course they had to throw the sauce on it, right? So they threw the sauce and said, don't go to nowhere ain't no Salafis. So in her brain, it's like, all right, they told me don't mess with the joint. That's his Salafi. Got to be stamped Salafi, so I don't go. And that's why she don't go places, right? And she's just like, yo, I don't even. So you know what Salafi means? No. What does it even mean? I say, yeah. And then once he actually understood, but in the beginning, he's like, well, why wouldn't you go check what why wouldn't you check if somebody told you not to? Why don't you go investigate? I said, yo, she don't know. Exactly.
It's like if my introduction is don't go here, don't go there, don't take from them, don't take from them. But my introduction is refutations from the rip. That's what I'm gonna think. It's
Right.
So I'm gonna always just
Look.
be on refutation mode
Right, we was saying like this joker.
as opposed to actually physically. Okay, I'm gonna learn how to pray. I'm gonna learn wudu. I'm gonna learn this, learn that, learn the principles. And now, all right, I'll be able to. Oh, nah, y'all bugging over there. I ain't going over there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, or
and you know what?
I don't feel comfortable over there, so
The
that's why.
thing is,
Yeah.
look, right, if you giving cookbooks, right, and you like, this is a new Shahada, listen, so say hypothetically you do a new Shahada, and you like, yeah, Hassan Basri said this, Imam Ghazali, what you gonna be like? Who the heck is that?
Mm-hmm.
I know who the Prophet is, and I know the Quran is from Allah. So that would be easy for me to identify. But all these other names, I have no idea.
Don't even know what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing.
Well, it's not even the name. How do you make it relevant?
Exactly. That's what she was saying.
What we going through today.
That's
and
what
a lot of
she
the time.
You be like, bro, I don't live in the 15th century.
So
I'm
like
in a
a
different
lot
time.
of the time is I'm dealing with poverty per se, or I'm dealing with my mom is a drug addict.
Mm-hmm.
Like you gotta make that stuff relevant to my situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You gotta understand my situation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And in order to understand it, you got to know what's going on in the community to know. That's the thing. Yeah, you might not know everybody personal thing, but you got to know
I'll give other communities credit for, like they be out in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
They know what's going on. Like,
yeah.
That one thing I give Somali and them shooting on G-Town Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
Somali and them out there.
Yeah.
We ain't going for it. As Muslims who in this community, we ain't going. That's what you got. Like, you live here, you worship here, your kids in school here. Like, you gotta come out. You know what I mean? Like, part of the problem is, I think we get better with it as Muslims. The Kuffar been doing it forever. Our thing always been, especially for those of us who are attached to the masjid, man, the people know what the masjid is, man. All you gotta do is come. Okay, so now my question is, me and Lance, the only young ones that's been in the masjid on a consistent basis year after year after year. But you walk through the streets and see all the youth, this masjid over here, Muhammad and his homeboys are the only youth who are consistently in the masjid. This masjid, Abdul Jabbar and his homies. But you see all the youth in the street. And it's not necessarily saying that they involved in anything wrong, but they're not coming to the masjid. And they know the masjid at, they're not coming. I mean, you gotta go get them. Go out and get them. You know what I mean? So like, if you just gonna sit in your hut and read books all day and sit with your family, you can't then complain and say, well, what are you? Because you gotta remember, you getting old, your comrades is getting old, so who gonna be that next bearer to carry the flag? So if you don't go get them, I mean, and you gotta make it relevant, but you also gotta, everything can't just be read, study. Like you gotta, yo man, let's go play basketball. Let's go skating.
Yeah, that's
no
what
doubt
people.
Islam come first, but yo, we can go to the amusement park and have some fun too. Yo, we can go over here, we can go do this. But a lot of people, it's just, go read, go study. It's like, bro.
And it's not even, I'm going to read or study with you. It's like, go do it. Is that how you expect them to do it? And then, here's the other thing.
We need a marquez.
Yeah.
Every city where there's a lot of Muslims need a marquez. Because when you typically think, right, most masajid hold classes when? After Maghrib, then in the wintertime after Isha. But if I'm a person that work 3 to 11, 4 to 12, I might want to attend the class, but I can't because I'm at work. Or if I work overnight, I might be asleep during them times. So the only ones who really got the capability of going to class in the master are the people who work in the daytime. So you need a marquez where, yo, we hold classes in the morning. We hold classes in the evening.
But that's why I the big push was to get online. That's one thing I'm proud that he did though.
How many people is gonna go on YouTube or go on Facebook and go look at the class even after it aired?
Well, but no, you know what? To be honest with you, there's more people to do because I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of like the engagement for in-person classes
when we say now
just down.
Online, yeah, I might have it on. It's like playing the Quran on the speaker in the house. You ain't really attentively listening to it. You just playing it while you clean.
You right, but it's better than nothing.
It is.
You know what I mean?
But
hey, sometimes it's better than being present than a teacher.
Sometimes.
It'll just make dua for you when you want to serve.
No, I agree.
I can't say that hadith pertains if I'm at home. The one thing I will say, we don't have no excuses because of the technology, but it also made us lazy.
No, I do, but
I go to the masjid to listen to the class.
But look, before
tomorrow.
I can tell you, and not just with Master Muhammad, the masjid over here too, the ones I used to go to in Philly. Yo, we was having classes on a regular. Attendance was always a problem. I used to go to Cuba every Sunday for the classes, every winter, right? And after every week, you start in the beginning, be a lot of people, then it just dwindle, and I'll be the only one there.
The fact that we don't respect knowledge. And I'm not talking about Islamic now. We don't even respect secular.
No, you're right. You're right.
So we don't respect knowledge in general. So that would be number one. But outside of that, why don't people attend the classes that are held in the masajid that have classes?
You talking about now? In our time?
Even when we was younger, even now.
It's a multitude of reasons, bro. Man. It's not one reason. It's a multitude. Yeah. Whether it's not relatable, whether somebody has to work, whether somebody isn't studious. Yeah. There's some people who are straight up they just dyslexic. You know what I'm saying? They don't really know. Some people don't really know how to read. They don't know how to comprehend things. So it's a multitude of reasons. My point is there got to be something for everybody at whatever level, and that's why I say, yo, still have the classes in the masjid, still do the stuff online, still have the early morning classes. Make something available for everybody, and on top of that, you got to find out a way to get the teachers paid for their time because everybody don't have time to just be taking on. And doing stuff voluntarily. So the point is, if it all goes back to business, at the end of the day, if the master don't do business, you can't provide money.
You say pay the teacher. I'm in agreement with you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The teacher has a right to the Beitul Mal. He has a right to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
But if ain't nobody coming out, like I remember they asked Sheikh Fawzan, they said, who was the community? Like, who was the community of people that maintain the masjid? And he said, who comes out for the prayer?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times we think, because on Friday it's 1,500 people for the khutbah. Yo, man, don't forget the masjid got bills. Y'all like the heat when it's cold. Y'all like the... But you're not even getting 100 people for each salat throughout the day. So your community is them 5-10 brothers who show up every day for the prayer.
You're right.
Who show up for the classes. But how do you build a community on top of that? Like the one thing, and I was telling people this all Ramadan, I said it's astonishing that you see brothers in the masjid and even the sisters. And it's like, you got children, you got children, you got children. We here, where the children at?
Mm-hmm.
Like, where the kids at?
You're right.
I mean, so like that's how you build a community. We all gotta come out, but you know we funny style. We don't want nobody to know where we live at. We don't want nobody to have our phone number. I mean, contact me on Facebook or Instagram. I mean, I don't want nobody to know who my wife is, what she look like. So now if something happens, we don't even know. Like, yo, this what we gotta. Yo, we gotta make sure that the sister.
Niggas trying to holler at my wife though. It's different. That happened to me, bro. That happened to me. I ain't gonna say I don't want nobody to know who she is, but that happened to me. Niggas trying to holler at my wife.
I'm not saying that it's not instances where.
They be trying to holler at you,
But if you can't trust, like Aisha used to serve the Prophet's companions when they came to the house, like she used to serve them. Like, we be, somebody come to your house, your wife gotta be cooped up in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Don't come out till I tell you to come out. Now I ain't saying she should be around just chilling, hanging out. But like, yo, she gotta get something to drink. She can come down. As long as she covered, cause you got company in the house, so she got, we ain't mopping for, so she gotta cover even though she ain't own home. But it's like, nah, man, I don't want nobody around my wife. It's like, chill out, bro. If you can't trust, you pray with me every day. If you can't trust me around your wife, who can you trust? Because when you're in the supermarket and the Jewish man walk past, you don't tell him, yo, I clear the Tariq, I clear the path. You don't do that. When she at the doctor's office, you don't be, yo, put your head down. Yo, like, we don't do that. But when it's the Muslims, yo, what you looking at? Like, bruh, first of all, not even looking at your wife. I'm looking past her because my wife is standing behind me. But we be going to extreme measures. Like extreme.
Everything extreme, bro.
Yeah.
Everything extreme.
Like, we don't even, outside of the masjid and seeing each other at work, we don't even hang with each other.
Well, that's why I like you, bro. Because you one of the few brothers that's actually my friend. It's cool, and you don't be tripping. You know, but a lot of times I be knowing Salafi brothers, right? We don't gotta agree on nothing ideological. I don't be caring. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, like, we can still talk, we still hang out, but some of them dudes, like, I meet them, and then they be like, oh yeah, bro, you on that Ashari stuff. I'm like, bro, I don't care about, like, what are you talking about? Like, at the end of the day, if you study, you know your position on something. I know mine. Ain't no reason for us to be beefing I don't gotta have a philosophy, and I'm not gonna sit there and debate with nobody about some issue that they've been arguing about for 1,500 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. So, like, that's why, like, it's a few brothers that I'm cool, like, real cool. Like, I lost friendships over that stuff though. Like, you remember brother Abdul Rashid with the red beard, old man? That was my brother. He from Camden. He used to live down here. He was an electrician. Remember him?
Oh, I know.
That was my heart, bro. He the one, when I took my Shahada, maybe a few years after, he the one that, he said, yeah, I'm going to start calling you Yasir. And it just stuck. Other people start calling me that. And then we was always close, man. And then when Amin pissed a whole bunch of people up, and he knew I was studying with Amin, and he said, man, you studying with that guy? He stopped talking to me. And I was like, bro,
my thing is this. Am I Muslim? Right? Above everything else. Am I Muslim? I mean, and like, one of my teachers, he said, in the Jami, in Medina, he said, man, it's teachers that teach in Medina University who equine. And like, he, coming from the environment we come from, refugee, he said, man, I seen Sheikh Abdul Muslim walk past him, and I'm thinking the Sheikh going,
yep,
like,
I'm gonna say the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, they speak, yeah.
Smiled, sat down, they drank tea together. Still Muslim. I don't agree with your ideology. I believe what I'm on is correct. I'm going to advise you. I'm going to continue to advise you. But I ain't got to be...
You got good manners, man. Yeah.
Don't give him the salams. Don't walk. Like, is he still Muslim?
Because they got good manners.
Is he still Muslim? Right? Shaykh Hussain bin Taymiyyah. He got a whole book on the permissibility of praying in the masjid of the innovator. You'll have people, like you said, don't go there and go pray. So now I don't go past 20 masjids to get to your masjid to come pray. But I live on a whole other side of town. Then when you don't see me, it's, yo, bro, we ain't seen you in a minute. Where you been at? Bro, I live 30 minutes away. I ride past 15 masjids or 10 masjids and 5 musallas before I get here. Why can't I just go pray?
Exactly,
Now,
yeah.
the brother that teaching it, is he still Muslim?
He's Muslim, man.
If his innovation took him out the fold, then yeah, I can't pray behind him.
And even that,
not valid.
even that, I tell you, here's my stance on that, right? I don't consider, unless I see the person literally say kufr, I'm gonna assume the best. I don't even go there, and that's happened to me one time. I was in a masjid one time.
If it's somebody that I trust, like that's trustworthy, they be like, yo, man, like,
no, I saw it.
Old boy up the street, yo, man, like, nah, I'm gonna take it. I don't want you to be a lot. I'm gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? I don't got nothing. Let me go investigate. But I'm talking about like the, I don't want to say small stuff because nothing is small in Islam. But the brother had a slip of the tongue. Now all of a sudden it's like, yo.
And that's the thing. It could be a slip.
That's
the thing. Could be a slip, man.
And a lot of this stuff, it'd be like, yo, did you go talk to the brother? Have a conversation with him? Nah. Maybe he didn't know he made a mistake.
Look, I was in, I ain't gonna say what masjid, but I was in a masjid in Lang City one time, right? I don't normally go there. I was there. I was sitting in the congregation, and the imam said something. He likened the law to the creation. I saw him say it literally out his mouth. I was like, oh my God, I don't want to have to get up and get it. I had to get up and leave. However, I didn't say, oh, he's a kafir.
Was this Salatul Jummah?
This is Salatul Jummah.
You shouldn't have got up.
No, I'm gonna show you. Nah, I mean that's a matter of opinion. But here's my point. I prayed behind him again after that because I don't know if somebody corrected him or if he repent. I don't know any of that. I just know what I saw that day, and it was me. You know who was in there with me? Sheikh Umar was in there. And when literally Sheikh Umar, he don't beef with nobody. He don't argue. He don't debate. He don't do nothing. I saw Sheikh Umar get up and leave. I said, that's my exit to go. I gotta go. So I left. I prayed Dhuhr. That's it. But I seen Sheikh Omar back in there before. You know what I'm saying? So my point is, you don't know. Now, mind you, I can't say if he committed kufr. I just know what the ruling is. I don't know if Allah deems that or if he, whatever Allah is going to judge him on. I don't know. I'm not going to judge. My point is, and this is the thing that I don't like, is I'm going to say this now since we're doing the video, right? Like, so when we did, say the Sister Kalana video, right? And then she get kicked out. My point wasn't, they always think, oh, y'all hate us. I don't hate nobody. I don't even know the brother like that. Met him before. He cool. I don't know nothing. I ain't judging nobody. My stance was, like when people say, oh, well, she shouldn't have been acting like that. She shouldn't have been acting like that. However, if y'all having a debate, sometimes it get like that. I'm not a team member. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like, yo, I play for the Celtics. He a Laker. Like, like, he ain't my sworn enemy. And neither none of them. None of them. And that's my point about that. Like, people don't be able to see past that. So, like, I could have a whole debate. Me and you could debate about something. That's just a debate. You still my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, I don't hate your guts. I don't want to fight. I'm not. Yeah.
My whole thing is, at the end of the day, are we still Muslims?
Definitely.
I mean, no doubt it's Muslims upon bid'ah, upon innovation. The innovation ain't taking them out the fold.
Yeah.
That hadith where the Prophet said a Muslim has 6 rights upon the Muslim still apply to him. Give him the salam. Your good character, how you treat them might be the reason why they come around. If what they on is incorrect, but a lot of times we just push people to the side.
Bro, and then
be honest, a lot of people
they end up in some other stuff.
These affairs.
Yeah, they do. They wind up just not.
And to be honest, a lot of people enter into these affairs, especially from the lay people, don't even understand the issue.
Don't even know the issue, bro.
I mean,
yo, let me tell you, I know a whole.
And this is the thing that it even take you to a whole nother level. It'll be, well, Sheikh such and such said this, right? We know he preceded us in knowledge. Sheikh such and such don't understand the affair. All right, cool. We gonna go with your logic. If he don't understand the affair and he more knowledgeable than you and me, what make you think we understand the issue? but we still gonna sit here and run each other out because we don't agree with him, or we gonna kick him to the curb. Nah. You said the sheikh don't understand the issue, but the sheikh spoke to him, he spoke to you, but you said because he took his side, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what neither one, I don't even know what the issue over.
Mm-hmm.
I really just came here to pray and bounce. People, it's like, yo, you gotta pick a side. Yo, you with Muhammad or you with Abdul Muhammad?
That's what it is.
I ain't with neither one of you. I'm with Allah and His Messenger. Whoever with Allah and His Messenger, then that's who I'm with. But it's like, nah, you gotta pick a side, huh? And if you pick the wrong side,
game mentality.
Word.
that's what it is. It's the cold mentality. It's get down to lay down. And if you ain't gonna get down, you gotta stay away. Because if you come around, you gonna get the stare.
Yeah, you know it's funny because they asked a Sahaba when Muawiyah and Ali was conflicted. They said, "You Shiite Ali or you Shiite Muawiyah?" To the Sahaba. Because Shiite it was forming into that group. It was a party, Shiite being party. So you on this party or you with this party? And he said that, he said, "Are you Shiite Ali or you Shiite Muawiyah?" And he said, "I'm Shiite Rasulullah." So I'm with the party of Rasulullah. I'm not on his side, I'm not on his side. And it's a prominent side, and they just left him alone. So it's like, can you hold a position that's neutral in a time where they saying, no, you, like I just said, you either gotta pick this side or you gotta pick that side. You can't hold a neutral in this side.
I'll give you a prime example. One of my elders, right? Whenever, like if you go to him, and this my guy, like if you go to him and be like, yo man, they saying stay away from such and such. Or yo, they refuting such and such now. He'd be like, yo, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
He like, yo, I'm struggling to pray 5 times a day.
Yeah.
Like, you think I really got time to sit around? Damn, they refuting him now. Damn, what? You can't take from him now? Yo, you can't go to this master now? Say, yo, I'm struggling to pray 5 times a day. I'm struggling to make sure that as my kids get older and older in this society we live in, that they hold on to Islam and the rope of Allah. You really think I got time to sit and listen about, I can't go to this masjid, this student is off of it, don't take from him, yo, now they refuting shit such and such. Like, how that's gonna help me pray 5 times a day? How that's gonna help me take care of me? Like, I got real issues that I'm struggling with. Like, when you think of the hadith, damn, yo, like we really would have had to pray 500 times a day. Then the number kept getting knocked down.
Because in their world, that is important. All the other social woes.
Not 550. We had 50.
All the other social woes that's killing the community isn't as important as this one subject.
Yeah.
But
we had to pray 50 times a day. Number get knocked down. Finally, he come past. How many times you order your Ummah to pray? 5. Nah, I just left them people. They ain't gonna be able to pray 5 times. Probably, I'm not going back to my Lord and telling him that we can't pray 5 times a day. And here it is, 1,400 years later, and
people struggling with it.
You got people who don't pray at all, and then for those of us, no matter what part of the world you in, how long Islam been in your family, it's a struggle for some of us to pray 5 times a day.
A lot of people say that.
So now you're going to preoccupy me with, don't go to that masjid, don't take knowledge from him, shake such and such off of it now, we beefing with them over there. Bruh, my wife just told me, man, electric bill 500 and we'll pay tomorrow, lights gonna be off. I ain't got time to be doing. I got real life. How that's gonna help me with my everyday issue? Every day I'm battling demons. Yo, man,
you're right.
This girl that like me at work. Help me with that.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No, but the point is, right? Like, it's not about choosing sides. It's you learn your knowledge. For instance, I learned Akida. I learned fiqh. Not so I could go out and argue with you or argue with you about it. Right. I learned it so that way I'm secure and I know exactly what to do. Don't matter if I'm at your masjid, or your masjid. Yo, how many times I done went in the master down here and somebody want to debate with me about why you praying with your arms down? Bro, I ain't come here to debate. I know why. That's it. I ain't trying to tell you to do nothing. I ain't bothering you. Now, if you just generally want to know why, I explain to you why. Prophet Islam did it. That's it. It ain't like, where's your proof? Bro, you go find a proof. Because if you don't like it, don't do it. But the point is, I didn't learn what I learned in order to come here and piss you off and have a debate. And that's what I respect. It's not just him, but brothers like him, like you, like me. Like, yo, bro, I ain't on that. Like, yo, I feel like people.
Pray with your arms.
Yeah, it's not like.
The only thing I could do is tell. Yo, the Prophet ﷺ, he prayed like this.
Yeah.
Now, if you could bring me a hadith where he prayed with his arms to the side,
that's it. And the
But see,
is authentic,
but see,
I'm gonna bow out.
Here's the point, right? There's like there,
pray with my arms.
and there's nothing wrong with it. But the point being is, do you think that a bunch of like a whole group of Malikis just one day said, "Oh, you know what? We're gonna pray with our arms down," and you got a hadith? No, we got no hadith. No, they got proof. Yeah. You can show you. I can show you the hadith. I can show you what the textual proof is. Not even just textual. In the Maliki school, you have like the Amal of Medina. So that was a proof. What we actually saw the people of Medina doing. Yeah. The whole point is, though, here's the major point. I'm not coming in here doing this so I can convince you. I ain't trying to convince nobody. I'm just saying, yo, this is what I understand. This is the son of the Prophet that I like to do. The same way he might like to use the miswak. You know what I mean? Or what everybody got their own personal sunnahs that they personally like.
Yeah, they do.
So it's not why that threatens somebody else. That's always bad for me. Like, yo, man, like, all right, this is what you do. Like, you may do a whole bunch of extra rakahs to get closer to Allah. Or that's your sunnahs. But then I do this one thing. Why does what you do bother me? That don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is like, yo, it ain't that, all right, you just got to pick a neutral position and then just play the get-along game. So I don't like when people do that. I don't like when people say, oh, I don't know. I'm just going to stay in the middle. I'm not going to learn nothing. No, learn. Be secure in what you learned. Don't try to push it on nobody.
And I think, like, the Prophet said something, did things different ways to make it convenient for the ummah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why the position of sitting in salat, it could be this way, it could be that way, it could be, you know what I mean?
And something that's an obligation on me might not be an obligation on you.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't agree with this position. Praying with his hands to his side. You know what I mean? Imam Malik got beat, and that's why he did it.
That's not true.
No,
that's not true though.
That's the story that's told.
That's the story that's told. That's not true though.
I don't agree with the position, but part of our problem in the Muslim community is, for instance, most of us read Sheikh Al-Albani's book on the Prophet's Prayer described, right? When you come out of Ruku, it only tells you one position, where to place your hand. But there's different views on where you place your hands when you come out of Ruku. So if I only read that book, if I see you do something different, oh man, he's bugging,
but
bro.
Here's the key point.
You've read
that's the point.
Books
multiple books, bro.
On this subject. So this shit. Imam Shafi hold this position. Imam Malik hold this position. Imam this position. Imam Ahmad hold this position. Okay, but I view this position to be strongest, even though they use the same hadith. But this group, even when you go in the sujood, some people go knees first, some people put their hands first. Yeah. The scholars use the same hadith, but they understand the two totally different.
And that's why we have fiqh.
But if I only read a book on one
that's
thing,
what your problem is. You only read one thing. Look,
I didn't come across the other now. So now when I see you do something that go against what I read,
it's an insecurity.
Point, instead of just yo brother, why when you went in the sujood you went down this way instead of this way? Oh, according to this, but But a lot of us, we not on that level to even get into the differences of opinion.
And that's why you don't get into them. That's why they did. Look, I tell you this, because that happened to me one time. I was in the masjid, and somebody came to me with that same logic. Oh, no, Imam Malik, his arms are beaten. Now, I explained to him, I said, bro, you think if his arms are beaten and he went into sujood, how'd he get back up without no arms? That's not what happened. That's not why. The reason why, there's literally two people between Imam Malik and the Prophet ﷺ, right? So he learned directly from his scholar name was Nafi, who was the student of Golden Chain. Yeah. So his thing was, this is how the Amma worked, right? It wasn't just those two scholars. All the people in Medina, they had all lived around. So imagine like if I don't know. You from Land City, Pleasantville?
Neither. But I was.
All right, let's say
down there in
Land City. So all right. So what part of the town?
West side.
All right. So on the west side.
Moved to Chelsea Heights.
All right. So but if everybody on the west side is known to, like, when y'all put on trash day, one person go get everybody trash cans, right? That's just a common thing that everybody do. You seen it, but you might go to Chelsea Heights. They don't do that over there. So you might get over there and be like, yo, man, how come y'all don't do this? Nah, we don't do that over. That's what y'all was doing on the west side, right? So that's how the Amma works. So it wasn't Abu Hanifa. He's
with the people
exactly. But so what it is, the people in Medina, they saw the Prophet ﷺ and his companions pray with their arms to the side. Now, here's where the reasoning was behind that. Right? They said as the Prophet ﷺ got older, he used to cross his hands in salat to kind of brace himself. And that's why you saw them different positions. Now, here's the thing. There is a hadith that speaks about it, but there are stronger hadiths for him crossing right over left. The point is, now, it ain't for us to be sitting there arguing over which hadith is stronger, because they already argued them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo,
did he do it or not?
He did do it sometimes. So the point is, it's permissible. Right. Now, my thing is, once you learn that, and it goes both ways. One, for the person that's watching the person that's doing, whether it's that or something else, why are you so concerned about what you're doing? And here's my point. I purposely, there have been times I done been in Philly, right? I know, for instance, I had to stop in Germantown Mansion and pray one time, right? I ain't going there and hold my arms inside. I'm asking for argument. You understand what I'm saying? So my point is, you know the environment you in. You know nobody learned this. You know who you around. Why are you trying to show off and start an argument with somebody? I don't do that. I don't even bother. Just right over left. It's not a big deal. I just came here to pray. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, it's the intention. Because some people, that's what they do. They learn something, they go around, and they want to go flex. Because they want to go argue.
That was a smart move.
Yeah. It's not even, and not because I'm scared or nothing. It's just,
no, it's like you said. Even the scholars said, when you go to a certain land, like, you got to adapt to them people. As long as it don't go against Quran and Sunnah. You know what I'm saying? But you don't just go there and just, I'm do my own thing. Nah, bro, this ain't what we do in India. Like, nah, you bugging. Well, like you said, we don't put our trash in the trash can. We throw it over there and somebody light fire to it.
Listen, both of y'all saying that remind me of this story about Yahya ibn Ma'in, rahmatullah, a scholar. And what happened was, he was in the masjid praying, right? This is during the time of Imam Malik and Imam Shafi. He was a famous muhaddith, right? And the guy come in and he seen him salam a certain way. And he said, you can't do, like, where you get that from? You can't do that. And he said, how many hadiths you know? He said, you know 25% of the hadith? And he says, yeah. He said, you know 50%? He said, yeah. He said, you know more than that? He said, no. He said, put that hadith in the other 50% that you don't know. That's right, like, because you don't know everything.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, just like what you said, that one book Islam is so vast. One book cannot be, everything cannot be contained in that one book. Yeah, you gotta read all the other opinions, the ikhtilaf.
Yeah, throw that in your 50% you don't know, man.
opinions.
Yeah.